when you were European champion and
Yeah,
you were saying that you were from Greece, yes, you were dressed as John Travolta from Greece.
right.
That is beautiful storytelling. Who came up with the idea of having you be from different places?
Brian Gewirtz, the head writer, came up with that idea that I would represent different European countries. And um, it kind of developed where, I was going to do different things for each country. And then I was always going to carry out a 8x10 of the prominent celebrity that was from that or part of that country. So, like one of the first ones was Germany, where I wore lederhosen and I carried a picture of David Hasselhoff, and I had a necklace of kielbasa that was around my neck. I took the kielbasa and took some of it and stuck it through the lederhosen, through the crotch, and walked up into Gorilla, and Vince McMahon looked at me and went, "No, take that out," and wouldn't let me go out on TV with that. And thank God, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'd have probably gotten canceled yet again before cancel culture was a thing. Um, and then, you know, Greece was, with coming out dressed like John Travolta, and the head was like Olivia Newton-John, and I had soap on the rope and all of those things. It was just, it was to see if anyone would pick up on, you know, the jokes, or if they would go over people's heads. You know what I mean? And, Italy was with a fish, and Tony Danza, Transylvania was, I had a bat on my shoulder and dressed like, a vampire. And, I had a picture of Count Chocula. I had a box of Count Chocula, and just ridiculous things. But it's amazing to me that still to this day, like, I can't tell you the number of people that come up and remark about, that run with the European title, and, about, because they remember it and that they were so entertained by it. And quite honestly, like, the very first time I went out there, I felt ridiculous. I felt like I was being made to look like an ass.
Mm.
And, I learned a valuable lesson, because at that time, I decided, well, if I'm going to be made to look like an ass, I'm going to make myself look as much like an ass as possible. I'm just going to embrace it, and I'm going to, you know, go the limit. You know what I mean? And not hold back, not be self-conscious about it. And as a result, um, people still, remember it to this day.
Oh yeah.
And, that's very flattering. I mean, that, my first goals when I got in were very simple. They were, I wanted to be able to make a living, and a decent living, off wrestling.
Yeah.
I wanted to have moments in matches that people would remember, and ultimately, I wanted to create a name that would live beyond my career. That if you say Dusty Rhodes, if you say, any particular Terry Funk or any other names, and I'm not saying that I'm on their level by any means, but if you say Al Snow, you remember the name, you remember the person. And, I feel like I've accomplished all three of those goals.
I think you have.
So